Ladies and gentlemen, we're always taking it a notch higher through informative and intellectual debates. This is the Great Debaters Contest Kakamega region. I am your host, Chris Boru.
And I am Nasimiyu Kapanga. The motion on the table today is centered around the family, and it states, affirmative action has destroyed the family institution.
We have Bumala B High School.
The opposers, on the other hand, Vihiga Friends School. Proposer number 1, you have 3 minutes to make a statement.
You can speak well when the tongue delivers a message from your heart. And this is a message from my heart. Affirmative action has destroyed the family institution. I strongly agree. First, affirmative action. This is the art of favoring those who tend to suffer from discrimination in the family. We realize that affirmative action was created by Executive Order 10-925 on 6th March 1961 and was signed by President John F. Kennedy of the United States. This is according to our research on the Trumpet magazine as posted on their official website, trumpetmagazine.com. On to my first point. Affirmative action. Throughout history, the family has been the ultimate and only consistent, subversive, enduring enemy of all ideologies. These are the words of Ferdinand Mount, an author of the Subversive Family magazine. What do I mean by this? Decision making in the family, we are taking it from the past, was a family affair. Any decision made in the family remained as a family affair. Once affirmative action comes in, the decisions made in the family are exposed to the whole world. And if I may ask my audience, who amongst you would wish his family affairs, his secrets to be exposed to the whole world so that the whole world knows your failures? Who amongst you? I believe that silence means a no. And for that, I connect this point to SDG goal number 16, which states peace, justice, and strong institution. Once the family's affairs are exposed to the whole world, we are going to lose peace. The family is not going to be at peace. The strong institution is broken. Where are we going to if we have already destroyed one of the sustainable development goals? That is SDG goal number 11. Remember, it takes 1,000 things for people to trust you, but it takes only one for them to destroy you. On to my second point. Affirmative action has led to the loss of culture. A culture perceived by the family as a good culture. A culture perceived by the family as a strong culture, I mean the culture that the family treasures, may be considered barbaric by the party performing affirmative action. Take an example of female circumcision amongst the Maasai. Affirmative action defines this act as female genital mutilation. It means that it is against it. That is why it is referring to it as mutilation. And therefore, once affirmative action comes in, this is destroyed. So, affirmative action, after the loss of culture, we are realizing that SDG goal number 11, sustainable cities and communities, the community part is destroyed. Since it is your good leave for me to go away, I won't hesitate. I will make haste. But I promise you that when I leave here, none of you, I repeat, none of you shall be guilty of my stay till I come back again. Thank you.
First opposer, you have 3 minutes to make a statement.
I'm Kuku Ferdinand from St. Peter's Bumala B Secondary School, here to firmly oppose the motion that says affirmative action has destroyed family institutions. The word affirmative action was first used in the United States, Executive Order number 10-925, signed by President John F. Kennedy on 6th March of 1961, which provided that the government officials used affirmative action to ensure that the applicants are employed and the employees are treated equally during the employment period. To my first point, affirmative action is directed at increasing the number of people from certain parts of the societies within the business or institutions like the universities. Like, if you consider the current issue taking place in Kenya, previously, the boys, to measure up to the qualities to enter into the universities, they were to get 60 points, and for ladies, 58 points. Now, the government has come in to make some reformations. They've lowered the grade to 46 points. This ensures that there is a large number of population of boys getting into the universities. This is coincidence with the SDG number 8, which provides for quality education in Vision 2030. On to the second point, affirmative action also is aimed at reducing gender diversity in big corporate houses. Now, if I may ask, will you feel good if a society becomes male-dominated? No, females will feel deserted. And that's why in 2015, Securities and Exchange Board in India initiated rules to mandatorily have at least one woman director. I rest my case.
Second proposer, you have 3 minutes for cross-examination.
Yes. My opposer has stated that this affirmative action has helped the girls get into these universities and institutions. I would like to direct them to the Noble Constitution, which states that in Chapter 4, Article 27, every person is equal before the law and has the right to equal benefit of the law. And the law states that equal provision of education and the minimus non curat lex. The law has no cure. So it is applicable to the boys and the girls. And there's no question about it. On to my first point. Affirmative action, destroying this family. How does it destroy? It creates resentment. According to our research in the Webster's International Dictionary, it states that resentment is the bitter feeling for having been treated unfairly. How, you may ask? If I direct you to the United Nations Gender Act 177 passed in Beijing on the 15th in 1971 by the World Women's Conference, states that they should protect against violence against women, protection of women's rights, promote advancement of women, protect the discrimination of girls, and quality education for the girls. As I have read all these, I have not seen where the SDG number 10, which says reduced inequalities. There's inequality in the family institution. Why do they have only to say quality education for the girl child, while in the family institution there is the boy and there is the girl? Then we are not reducing these inequalities, but we are dividing them, and this resentment comes into place. The boy child will feel as if they are not belonging to this family. It will bring hate. And touching on SDG number 16, stating peace, justice, and strong institutions. This is sibling rivalry that has taken place between the boy and the girl, and this institution is destroyed. And if I may take you to the story of Mukoma, a boy in Nyandarua, who stabbed the sister because the parents were too much into educating the girl child, because they believed that the boy did not have the right to receive this. Following this affirmative action by the United Nations, stabbing the sister, affirmative action caused this. This is so painful. You can contemplate day and night and never get the logic in this. And my opponents, are you nervous? Are you nervous? No. And I may record Mark Twain, who stated that there are only two speakers in this world, the nervous and the liars. They are not nervous. Thank you.
Second opposer, you have 3 minutes for cross-examination.
Kwa nini wanichukia? Na mimi ni kama tuwe. Na mimi ni kama tuwe. Kwa nini wanidharau? Kwa nini wanidharau? Na mimi ni kama tuwe. Na mimi ni kama tuwe. Kwa nini? Kwa nini? First question. Are you human enough? Are you human-hearted? Can you just empathize with these situations? I'm Okuta Judith from St. Peter's Bumala B, and I'm here to strongly oppose the motion that says affirmative action destroys school, family institutions. simply because it's a policy of providing special opportunities for and favoring members of disadvantaged groups who suffer from discrimination, not just family, the one you know of mother, father, or children. We are focusing on nation at large. Another reason, affirmative action is an outcome of 1960s civil rights movement. It intends to provide equal opportunities for members of minority groups and women in education and employment. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy was the first person to use the term affirmative action. Coming back to Kenya, Article 27, Section 8 of our Constitution says, the context of Kenya uses two-third gender rule whereby not more than 2/3 of the same gender can be represented in the parliament. Therefore, affirmative action is intended to promote opposition of defined minority groups, to give them equal opportunity to access to that of the privileged majority groups. Furthermore, it provides role models since successful women encourage and motivate others. The likes of Amina Mohammed, we have Ellen Salif, and also the late Wangari Maathai, whereby one is able to be confident in knowing that excellence can also be achieved. I rest my case.
The proposers have been asked to explain how exactly affirmative action disrupts peace in the family. The opposers, on the other hand, have been asked, don't they think that the girl child has been empowered enough and that it's also time to pay attention to the boy child? Proposer number 3, you have 3 minutes to answer the question.
Just as I have adjusted this microphone, I hope I will adjust your attitude towards this motion. My name, Mohammed Kotemba, from the Vihiga School. Your question was how affirmative action affects the peace. The girl who has passed through the female circumcision, once she feels that she's being left out of the family, she'll tend to look for other means. She'll try and go outside the family and try and do something else. Affirmative action has destroyed the family institution. Why? Why? It has caused divorces in the family. From an article written by Susan Anthony, it said that affirmative action has made the woman look for alternative outside the family. Oh yes, it is true. Very true. Children may become orphans. You may become orphans. The very motion that they are opposing may make you be orphans. Immoralities in the society, low self-esteem. The responsible party are institutions such as FIDA. Yes, my resource, trueafrican.com. You can check it. 21st October is the date. The year is 2014. Feminism. It is a hateful ideology mostly instituted and perpetrated by angry, or rather grumpy, Jewish women who water those very seeds which will sprout to blossoming of an insecure feminine mind, which in the end results to divorce. Divorce, I tell you. Divorce. Mistrust. Dirty family, laundry aired out in the public. Disrespect. Domestic violence. And finally, the inevitable divorce. What I'll try to say is that if our opponents think they are right, maybe so. Maybe we are wrong. Who knows? Only you know. I will give you the chance to judge us. Judge what is right. Give yourself a chance. Do what is right. I believe they are pious enough to do what is required by the Bible. I would like to tell my people, join what is right. Do what is right. For goodness sake, we are doing this for Kenya. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Third opposer, you have 3 minutes to respond.
The best way to end enmity is through formation of friendship. The best way to eliminate discrimination is through using discrimination. But Must it be negative or positive? Of course, positive discrimination. Okumu Rodriguez, St. Peter's, Bumala. Responding to the question that was asked to me, I was asked to explain how affirmative action has enabled the equality among boy child and girl child. One, our CS, Dr. Matiangi, the previous CS, came and said that the entrance points to the university must be lowered to 46, and this came across the girls and boys. That was created to form equity among the boys and the girl child. When you look through the SDG goals, it has one goal that states for quality education and equity. That is why quality education was introduced in Kenya, and there is equity in entrance points to the university. First speaker and the second speaker said that the decision making is hindered through affirmative action. Maybe they don't understand what is affirmative action. Let me outline for them some of policies of affirmative action. Number 1, diversity. Number 2, increased opportunities. Number 3, moral commitment. It changes accountability. Now, you can say that there is no equality when there is diversity. What is diversity? Affirmative action policies helps to create a diverse family environment, thus enabling the family to diverse, in turn provides a family with adaptability methods of solving the problems. Isn't that the benefit? Yes, it is. The second, they said that there will be no opportunities for boy child. The second policy of affirmative action states for increased opportunities. Through this, it maintains affirmative action by hiring policies. A family can expand its opportunities, including the society relationship. And this is due to President Lyndon B. Johnson. When I end my speech, what I want to tell my friends is that the importance of affirmative action, it has enabled us to chase our dreams. And in turn, it is from this field that family members can earn their living. Okom Roderick, affirmative action.
Proposers, you have 1 minute to make a final submission.
They say a picture speaks 1,000 words, but I have given you 1,000 words of wisdom. Hope you get the picture. Since we started, they have been against SDG number 4, quality education. SDG number 5, gender equality. SDG number 10, reduced inequalities. SDG number 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. So, which SDG do you stand for? And if Nelson Mandela or Martin Luther was a Kenyan, they will be in Vihiga school and they will tell you the same things. I am telling you right now that what we are saying is true. Churchill Musungu.
Opposers, you have 1 minute to make a final submission.
Okay, to the opponent group, did you really understand the meaning of the word affirmative action? It simply means quality, it simply means initiatives that in which person's nationality, sex, age, or caste are taken into account by a company or a government organization to extend education or opportunity employment. And that's why affirmative action is advantageous. It has increased the number of people that enters maybe in educational institutions. That is quality education, SDG number 8. Also, like what just you were saying, SDG number 5 that ensures gender equality. That's why affirmative action policies are aimed at reducing gender diversity in big cooperative houses. Thank you.
Churchill, you are a strong speaker and very passionate. You had fair citations, and you have the traits of a great speaker in you. You should keep it up, and you're going places. Churchill. Marvin, the connection with the SDGs was also on point. Your points didn't flow very smoothly, and I wish you had more passion. It was there. It could have been improved a little to maintain that fire. Mohammed, you didn't answer the question on how peace affects the family. You didn't. That was noted, it was penalized. And apart from that, you are a good student of a media personality somewhere. I thought at a certain point you would say, oh my, what a man, something like that. So apart from that, that took too much time. It took too much time. Your thing with the voice and the articulation, such that you left out the part where you need to convince us. You left out that bit, which is important. So you didn't give us solid points. We need those as well in order to make a point.
Okumu and Judith, you showed that you had not prepared well for the presentation. Okuku, that is. But Okumu, there was a good counterattack when you said that the best way to end enmity is creating friendship. Then you came and gave some good discussions there. However, there was no clear cohesion in your presentation. You come and now ape the drama from our good friend from Vihiga, and now you want to come and do one or two things around.
Vihiga High School, you had good points, but we know of late it is in public domain, the outcry about the boy child and the boy child being relegated. How I wish you could have cited sources and come up with statistics. Even of late, when the results are released, you will hear people complain about registration of girl child candidature being higher than the boy child. What is the impact? How does that impact the society? And then link it up to the SDGs. But anyway, you tried, you did your best. To Bumala B, affirmative action has not destroyed the family institution. That is your argument. Then what is it that has destroyed the family institution? Thank you.
Down to the numbers. Bumala B High School. Bumala B High School. The judges awarded you 64%. Let's give them a round of applause. Vihiga High School, you managed to garner 68.2%. Congratulations to both schools for a job well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, every good thing has to come to an end. But before we wrap up the show, we'd like to acknowledge each and every person who's been able to make this show a reality. From our sponsors, Blaze by Safaricom, Brand Kenya Board, to our principals and patrons of each and every school. We'd also like to encourage each school to take up at least one sustainable development goal and to implement it so as to make Kenya a better place.
We would also like to ask you to keep the conversation going across our social media platforms. The hashtag to remember is GDC for SDGs. I have been your host, Nasimiu Kapanga.
And I am Chris Buru. Stay tuned.